Hello everyone, my name is Charlie, and over the next week or so, I'm going to be going through a couple of demos that I thought were interesting for the upcoming Next Fest for Steam. A special thank you to Games Operators for sending me out a copy for this demo. We're only going to be able to go through a year for this game, but it's called Blockbuster Incorporated. We're given a piece of land and our own production studio. We're supposed to build out our own production studio to make movies in the roaring 20s, or at least we're starting in the 20s anyway, the 1920. So we're given this little plot of land here, and we're told that we need to start making some films. Now, again, this is an early demo. There's lots of other features coming to this in the future. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it because as many of you guys might know, if you're veterans of this channel, I'm going to say I was a filmmaker because I haven't done it in a long time. But I have worked on lots of both union and non-union gigs all over. I don't want to say all over the world. That's technically accurate because it's multiple countries, but we're going to go with just being reserved by saying I've worked on a few things, including my own feature-length documentary film. And so a game like this is pretty interesting to me in the idea that I can build out my own film studio and to see sort of like the developer's interpretation of what that sort of thing is like and what that's going to be, what we're going to be doing with it. So we're not going to be able to fill the lot in this demo, but I'm going to start by adding a couple of offices here. We can do producers' offices as well as writers' offices, and I think I'll just probably place one of each. I think for now, right over here like this. We're going to need a research office as well to research new genres and other things that are probably pretty good. In fact, I think maybe I'll leave a gap here for another producer's office just in case we want another one later. So it looks like this line right there is where I would want this research office. So I'll go about like that with it. That leaves enough room for that later. And then we've got a maintenance office that we'd want to have. Again, it doesn't really matter where we place these, but we need them anyway, okay? So I'm placing various different offices. We have indoors and outdoors. You can build these yourself if you'd like. There's a build tool. You can come up to these wall tools and room tools, and you can make your own design for your own rooms and stuff and place your own objects and such from those rooms in there and design them yourself. But for the sake of this demo and for moving things along, I'm just using the pre-made rooms because they're good enough the way they are. All right, I'm going to add, I think one of the examples of making my own room is going to be the toilet because there's only 3, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to want more there. So I think I'm actually going to wait, and we're going to put the canteen right here. This is where people are going to come on and eat, catering services and stuff, right? And then we have a stunt facility, which I haven't used before, but we may need it just to get better at stunts. And if you like this video and you want to see more of this game, just let me know down in the comments. It's got a little bit of an interesting approach to... actually, let's get walls here. So I want to have the bathroom. That's really good English. Yeah, no, we have a wall there, right? So I think I'm gonna put the wall down about this far. Yeah, about there, and then I'm gonna bring it over. Let's say we give it like a little entrance. So I'm gonna give it like right here, just to be interesting with it. It's not efficient, but we're just gonna do it like this. All right, so there's this little room, and then we can go in with the objects tool, and let's add a door. And I'm just gonna say this door seems fine, so we're gonna put a door. Yeah, like let's put a door. Oh, not the glass one. A glass door on a bathroom? That's not a glass door, is it? Certainly doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's just no, it's not a glass door. It's just I can see through it for some reason, but that's okay. There's a door right there. It looks like it's a full glass door. And then we're gonna say that we want a toilet stall. We're gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 toilet stalls for now should be fine. We'll add a couple of sinks over here. This is way bigger than I thought it was actually, so I probably overspent on this pretty big, but it's okay. We'll put a couple of sinks in here too so people can wash their hands. All right. So back to the pre-made room. So we've got a producer's office, we've got a writer's office, we've got a researcher, we've got maintenance. I think that's pretty much all we need. I don't think there's anything else I really need as far as rooms go, other than sets. Okay, now, sets are saved in a directory on your computer, which means when you design a set, you can use it over and over again. If you start a new game or whatever, they're all saved. So I've created some sets already, and we can use some of those if the budget is allowing it. But I do want to show the set designer. So if we go over, oh, hang on, we definitely want to save our changes. Okay, good. Otherwise, all of this is for nothing. So we're going to go to the set designer. Now, the set designer is kind of interesting because it comes in 3 different sizes. And at the moment, they kind of restrict you to a theme. I don't like this only because there's not enough themes. So I'm really hoping that they really expand the broadness of the themes. And I would think that a better way to do this, in my opinion, would be to not give me a theme of a movie genre for the set, but rather just give me an environment theme. And so like an outdoor scene in the dark, or something like indoors for school, or indoors for a apartment building, or something. Like, give me the sort of an environmental sort of theme, and then let me get the genre in with the objects that I put in that scene. And I would actually kind of like to see sort of like influence metrics. So the types of items that I put in the scene is catered, going to be more positively viewed for these genres of movies. Maybe even give me like bar graphs where it's like, you are satisfying 40% of what people expect for this genre, etc. That sort of thing I think would be a better fit for this. But at the moment, for this demo, there's 5 different genres, and you can choose between them. Now, if you're playing this game yourself without, the tutorial is going to walk you through this, but if you're playing this game at the start, you only have access to making movies in the vampire genre. You actually can't make movies in the alien genre, medieval, cyberpunk, etc. until you unlock them, which is a little weird too. It's just like I said, I kind of want more of environmental tools, but regardless. So this would be like a set. We have different animations that we can put in, and we can actually position our actors in a variety of different locations too. So if I want people to be, maybe I have them talking to each other here, right? I could have, maybe they're grouping up over here if I want them to. And then for vampires, we have like this door. I could probably line it up in the center, I suppose, there. We could have some candles spread out over here to just kind of give it that aroma, right? That environment, whatever. Just influence the mise-en-scène, however we want to do it. We have the carpets right here. You can pick this big pillar, etc. So there's lots of different items that you can place to design these sets, and every single one of these little items will cost you money in adding them. And again, there's different stuff for different genres. We got sort of like the alien ship stuff, and they have like the you could put mixed genres, but I don't know how that would work. I mean, vampire aliens. I don't know. Big screens and stuff, and you can fit them out. And then on top of that, you can also have them be different sizes. So this is the medium one, right? And then we have the big, large ones right here, which are some very big scenes, right? We also have stunts or normal. So if you have a stunt set, then this is a set that is going to be catered to doing all your stunts in them. And when you add people to the scene, you can add them in with actions. So in other words, you can have people fighting, and you can determine where they are going to be when they're fighting. And then you can have the right camera angle for the scene that you're looking for, okay? Now, at the moment, I'm just gonna go exit out of this because I just wanted to show you that this exists, and there's lots of different tools that you can play around with. It's a free demo on Steam, link in the description. If you wanna play around with it yourself, then by all means, go in there. It's a free demo. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the sets that I've already built. These are not pre-built in the game. I've designed them before. And I'm going to go in, and I think the Magnificent Vampire Fight set is $23,000, so I probably can't afford that. But I'm thinking just this first vampire set is going to be okay. So I'm going to set this vampire set right over here. And this is sort of our first set that we've designed, right? There's a simple table here, there's some candles up here, we got the the coffin with the stairs and the candle lights and things like that. Now if we click this set, we get options for it, and this includes giving this a better camera so we can get better visuals. We can do a dual camera setup if we prefer. I'm just going to do a single camera, and I'm not going to have a whole lot of camera movement. So in this scene, for example, I probably would be good for this. I don't need the fancy camera with those functions that allow me to move it in and out, because I'm not going to be doing that on this set. So that's okay. Save some money. Microphones, we can add a couple of different mics. Some locations are more expensive than others. And of course, some microphones are more expensive than others too. So we can add, say, a microphone right there to get some sound there. I don't know about this. I don't know much about 1920s audio equipment, but I feel like that is the wrong style microphone for this type of thing, which maybe this is all they did back then. Maybe this is all they had back then, were these just kind of strange looking. They're not like, we have shotgun mics now, right? That kind of thing, which is definitely not this. But again, this is 1920s, and I don't know much about 1920s era stuff, so maybe that's just how it was back then. We can add a couple of lights to the sets too. I think that's probably fine. And then if we wanted a real, I don't know, take it over the top sort of thing, we can add a rain machine or a smoke machine or fire machines. I think maybe for a bigger set that would be an okay thing, but I don't think I need that at the moment for this one. So we'll say that this is our first set here, okay? Now, we might shoot all of our scenes on this one set because our first film is going to be a very low budget anyway, and we had to save some money. So let's go ahead and talk about that. The first thing we need to do to getting films going is to hire people. We have a lot of these little warning signs over here, these different rooms, and we need to hire people to work these places. So we're going to go to hire employees. And what we have right here is a filter for all the different jobs, or we can just hire them in the list. Every employee has a fame, like how noticeable they are or how famous they are, right? And so this is an actor. She's a nobody. She has 45 charisma, 32 athletic. These are various different traits that kind of aid to how the movie will go. If you have a better actor, of course, your movie can definitely be transformed into something that's more successful. We've seen that in real life constantly. A better actor, or at least a higher named actor for sure, can definitely drive more sales to a movie. This is Anaya Robbins. If I wanted to go and filter these, she's the only actor I have in the list at the moment, but if I was to hire her, a new person is going to show up in the list. And if you're not happy with the stats that you see on that new person, you can regenerate the list. And by regenerating it, regenerates all available jobs. And in that so doing, you can get a completely different person. There's also these other traits, which are kind of unique to this person specifically. So they have Daredevil, has a higher chance to perform well on stunts. That's interesting. But he's also a couch potato, levels up, has athletic skills slower than average. So he's going to have maybe lower athletic over time. I'm not concerned about that over time for this demo, so I'm going to hire him. And then we also have someone who's craven, lower chance to perform well on stunts. I think we could probably regenerate that list as well. And it looks like this person's very athletic. Okay, this person, Heath's awesome. It looks like it. So we're going to get Heath. All right, so this gives me 3 actors. I don't know if that's necessarily as many as I need, but we're just going to have 3 actors so I can do maybe multiple movies at once. Let's take a look at director. An unpopular director. Not exactly something I'd like to see in my movie, so let's change that. We're going to go ahead and come back to a new person once more, and I'm just using the filter so I can see them, but you don't have to do that. Gavin Frost is a better one here, I think. He doesn't have very good logic, but he's got the Midas touch, which means sales boosts. Sales boost. That's definitely something we want. So let's go none on the filter and just kind of go down the list of other things we need. So we've got ourselves a director and we've got ourselves an actor. So let's take a look at some producers. Another Midas touch producer. Let me just double check. No, the one we just got was definitely a director. So a Midas touch producer, I wonder if that's going to stack. That'd be cool if it did. Let's regenerate really quick. I want to see if I can get us a trait on a writer. Here we go. Perfectionist. Produces better results at work for a writer. Perfect. Exactly. All right, we'll hire that writer, and then we need some crew people to manage the cameras and everything. Laid back. Happiness doesn't decrease easily. Also got good technical skills. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with like how well they run the camera, or if it has to do, it's like a wrench icon. So maybe there's like wear and tear and it, you know, they fix things, if things stay viable longer, maybe. I don't know. I actually don't know that one. I was considering getting one more crew member, but at the moment we don't really have a need for it. So I'm going to go ahead and hire a maintenance worker. And then we also need just general staff. So we can hire, I think, 1 general staff, maybe 2 staff members would be a good thing to have. Let's just do staff, and I don't want anyone that's a sloth. There we go. There's no traits is better than sloth. So we'll hire 2 staff people. Okay. Oh, and then we need a researcher as well. So let's go in and find researcher right there. Okay, this is fine. All right, so when you hire people, they automatically get assigned to the offices that are available. So you don't have to pick and choose where they go. You can, but if you have a spare one, as long as the office already exists, they'll be automatically assigned to it. So this is going to be our film studio for now, and I've left room for other offices to be here if we wanted to do it. Now they start work the next day. I don't see any tools to allow me to make walking paths through here, and I would really like that just for the aesthetic benefits of that, just being able to say, oh, they walk this direction. There's definitely lots of roads and stuff in film sets and film studios, especially between studio buildings. You see, I mean, I'll see like golf cart sorts of things running all over the place. So it'd be kind of interesting to have some of that. But I digress. Let's take a look at product creation. So this is where we start to make our first movie. And we have our product name. Ooh, The Bloody Disaster. That sounds great. Let's do that. It's a vampire movie. And now it's going to be a vampire movie because it's the only genre we're going to be, the only theme that we're going to be able to go with here. We can't go with cyberpunk, alien, medieval, etc. because it's the only, vampire is the only thing that's available to us. We could choose an action movie or a romance movie. There's also adventures, comedies, crimes, dramas, epics, horrors, mystery, sci-fi, thriller, and westerns. A vampire western sounds awesome. Just going to say it like that. I want to make a vampire western. Either way, I'm thinking like for the first one, Bloody Disaster. That sounds like an action movie. I think it kind of depends on how you shoot it, but in my very limited experience in study and working in this industry, romance movies tend to be significantly easier to shoot than action movies if you want them to have a good general appeal to them. Much more heavier on the writing, much more heavier on the effects. Effects are more expensive. So if you have a really good writer, then, you know, I don't know if that actually matters in this movie, but, or in this game, but we're going to go with this. And then the age focus, it has to start with G and PG. So I think we're going to go action because it's for kids. All right. So product size, let's go low. Product type, let's go movie. We can eventually do TV shows. And then there's also prequels and sequels, which we can tie them into previous products that we've made. Since we don't have a previous product yet, we can't do that. We can choose the producer, choose the director, and choose the writers. Now, this is only a single writer, but I can also put 2 writers on it if I wanted to. I don't know if it'll force me to do that, though, so let me see. For the actors, we are going to get, I think, probably, let's do 2. Let's do Frederick and, yeah, let's just do, I think maybe we could just do these 2 for this. Because I was looking for maybe the possibility of doing 2 movies at once, but yeah, it's okay. Once they shoot, they can go shoot a different one, right? So there's that. And then films and sets. So we only have 1 film set at the moment. With 73 grand, though, we could design another set. It's possible to design another set. Why don't we take a look at what that would be like if we designed another set? Because I really only have 1 vampire set at the moment, and I think I don't really have the ability to edit this. It doesn't look like I do after the fact. So I'm going to look at this. Now, we also have the magnificent vampire fight set, which is $23,000. And that's a very big one. And I've got this one set up with like fire effects and things like that. There's a door on that side and everything. But because it's 23 grand, I kind of don't want to use that. We also have, I'm calling them Treks. So this is like my alien movie stuff. I went with Star Trek. It's fine. But Trek here, we have the Trek 2, which is a little bit smaller, and then we have the Trek Stunt, which is just this little one here. So I have got a lot of the little sets that I've designed in the past. There's also going to be, if you guys didn't see it, there's also going to be a set. Where is it? A set browser, and then you'll be able to go to Steam and people can share their set designs. And I'm hoping that this game will support mods so we can get a lot of modded assets, and then people can share their sets with required mods and things like that. That would be very good. I have no idea if that's even remotely in the works, but I think that would be really cool. So I'm thinking maybe we do like a medium-sized set this time. And since it's an action movie, we probably want some stunts to be possible. So why don't we say a medium stunt set, okay? Now, how do we want to do this? Well, we don't want medieval stuff. I don't know if that matters, but I think we're going to maybe not have the medieval stuff. We'll put the door here. Ooh, it doesn't line up. Oh, that's a problem. I mean, it'll line up in the back one here, I think, right? Oh, I can't move it to the other. Hang on. Can I put the door on the back or no? Oh, it won't let me put the door on the back wall. Is that not is that a bug, or I just I just crazy. No, I can't put the door on the back wall. So I can only have the door where it doesn't line up. Fair. Okay, fine. We'll put 2 doors on both sides. That's fine. We'll put... and I can't put anything on this back wall right now. I think it's a little bit bugged. Hang on. It is a demo, so I mean it's not like it's without bugs or anything, right? So let me just take a real quick look here. I know I've been able to do that in the past, so I'm wondering if it's just like something I might have done or step that I didn't follow. But it definitely doesn't let me put anything on the back wall right now. So we'll put things in front of the back wall then. Okay. Maybe that's because it's no, it's not because it's a stunt set because I just had it deselected. So I'll make like a big pillar or something, right? Or this big column right in the center here. So since we can't put anything in the back there, we'll have I think a big old carpet in the center here like this between the 2 doors. So let's do that. There we go. I have no idea if this actually matters in terms of like your film's rating and things like that, but I'm just kind of putting objects in. So it looks like with this pillar in this location, it's too close, so I can't put this in. So what we'll do is just move the pillar over a little bit, and then that will give me the ability to set this in where I want it, right there. Okay, we have some candles. I guess we'll do that. I can't put candles next to the... That's a little interesting that I can't put candles next to this. That part, I hope they change that. Make the floor and the walls completely separate hitboxes and stuff, but it doesn't matter, I guess. We'll have like, let's see, a table right over here. Kind of want this to be maybe staggered. It's about what appears on film, right? So you kind of, whatever's going to appear in the movie, that's what you want here. Candles are from this side are mostly for the ambience of the light coming from here, right? And they'd probably put like a candle over here too, just so it provides that candle light on my scene. A couple of chairs, that's fine. We can put like, I guess a couple of chairs maybe here and here. Oh, it doesn't want me to do that. I wish I could have like, maybe the chair is like tipped over. We'll just have it out like this. That's a little interesting. Somebody just got up, right? It's fine. And then we can do another one like this and another one maybe just like right over here like that. Okay, I think that's probably it for that. If there's anything else I might want to add, then I could try and do it. Maybe these vampires are looking for, treasure or something. Maybe I can have this pirate map wall. But it doesn't look like it's going to let me place it, though. Yeah, all right. So I can't place this. I have not had those problems in the past, so I think it's a little unfortunate it's happening while I record, but I guess that's what it is. You know, these vampires, they have treasure, all right? Maybe that's what they're fighting over. They're fighting over this treasure, and you know what? Here it is. It's in the back, and it's going to be right near this pillar in the back. There's a treasure chest, and this is what they're fighting over. All right, there we go. Now we have the cause for the conflict in the scene. Okay, there you go. And then, of course, finally, we need fighting. And I think these guys are going to be sword fighting, okay? Because that just seems cooler to me. So they're going to be sword fighting right here, right? They're fighting over the treasure, and that's the scene, okay? And then finally, I think the last thing we should look at here, potentially, is upgrading this set. And then the set is called Cool Set. I think we're going to say this is the Vamp Treasure Fight scene. I don't know. Vamp Treasure Fight. And I'll just save this as vamptreasurefight.set. Okay. So now what I can do is I can go over to my build tools, go to my sets, and Vamp Treasure Fight is right here. And I can place this right here. This is where we do our fight scenes. And so we'll definitely want a camera that's able to move. Fight scenes and stunt scenes definitely want multiple camera shots. So we'll do that. So we have 2 cameras set up here. We're definitely going to want microphones to capture the sound, although it doesn't really matter if we capture it really well, because again, honestly, a lot of this fight scenes and stuff is going to end up being ADR and a lot of post-generated sound effects anyway. Lighting setups, we're going to go and say maybe just some casual light there, some cheaper lights maybe around, and then we want the fire to happen, right? No, I don't think there's no reason for this place to be on fire from the treasure, but maybe some smoke would be cool. Or it rains indoors. I don't know. I haven't seen the rain machine actually yet, so I'm gonna add it because I haven't seen it yet. So they add that above up here, right? Now we can add other machines too, like smoke machines and stuff too. We could have both. So the smoke machine comes in down here, and you can have smoke and rain. All right, we're really getting into this movie now. I'm thinking this is gonna be a masterpiece. All right. So back to our movie editor. It saves our spot in that edit so we can keep going from where we are. We only have $45,890, and you need at least $50,000 to invest in your low budget movie. So we're gonna have to take a loan since I spent too much on the set. So we're gonna go over to the bank. We're gonna take a loan. We could do 36 installments. And let's go with like 100 grand. Just have the monthly payments be low, okay? So 100 grand. And now I can do other things. So the last thing I need to do then is the scenes and sets. So let's say the first scene is on Vampire Set 1, and we can direct the scene. Now, I've been told that there is plans in the future to have the what of what you do here actually matter for the ratings of the film. At the moment, they don't matter. So none of this stuff will matter at the moment. But there's plans to make this stuff matter. So, for example, if I wanted to have specific camera movements, maybe I want to have the camera focus on this actress, and maybe I want to, I'm gonna have it be like right on her for this scene, and the other two gentlemen are just kind of slightly off camera, like they're there but they're not, sort of thing. If I wanted to do that, which is not what I'd want to do, maybe I want to have just a terrible framing and do it like this, just horrible framing. This is a terrible shot. Don't do this. We'll adhere to the rule of thirds here, and we'll put about like this. And then let's say we want some shake in the camera, right? Maybe there's, I don't know, a reason for that. Maybe we're a ghost in the closet checking people out, and it's like from a perspective sort of thing. We could do that. We could have the camera pan back and forth between actors. We could have it cut between actors if they're having a conversation, for example. Maybe we'd want to set it up to where we're cutting between actors having that conversation. Lots of different camera movement stuff we can have, but it doesn't matter as much yet. You can also choose costumes for them. So if I select one of these, this is a vampire movie. Maybe they're coming in as researchers, okay? Maybe they're just, hanging out and, crew, bartender, doctor, medieval, stuntman, whatever. Maybe they're all coming in and researchers. There's some phenomenon happening here, and they're going to be doing, I don't know, some testing or whatever, like Ghostbusters kind of thing, all right? We can also determine how they're standing, all right? You can also say things like, maybe this person is talking. So maybe I want to reposition this actor after the fact. Maybe I'm going to have them be over here and doing about like this. Maybe they're having a conversation right in front of this. We could have them have a conversation right in front of this, actually. That'd be a good place for it. So we could say maybe you guys are over here facing this, trying to study it. And then, the actress is over on this side, trying to just study it from this angle, right? We could do that. And then if we did that, then if I pointed the camera at Heath and zoomed out, I can't actually see her. Oh, I can't raise it up. So she's not in frame anymore, right? So I want to probably move her to be over maybe like right here. It doesn't have to be, realistic positioning, but it gets us everybody in the frame, and that's important. So there we go. Okay, so maybe there's a conversation happening here, and if that's the case, then maybe he is talking. So we can have talking 1, talking 2, etc., and everybody else is just sort of listening in on what he's saying. All right, so maybe that's the scene. All right, I directed the first scene. Second scene goes back to Vampire Set. We can direct this. Everybody starts fresh. Maybe with this, if I'm thinking about the writing for this, perhaps something happened in an earlier scene that I didn't shoot. That can't be a thing. So how about secretly, we didn't know this, but our boy Frederick here is actually a vampire. You know what? I'm taking a look at what he looks like. I'm thinking this guy looks more vampire-y, just with the suits that he's in. I know, but this is fine. Darker colors. I don't know about a blonde-headed vampire. I don't know about that, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so this guy's actually a vampire. We didn't know that, but he is. All right, and so keep that in the back of your head for this. Okay, so we're gonna say that everybody's dressed as researchers for now. Okay, but we're gonna have, let's say, she is at the forefront now, and she is looking on at this casket, and she's, you know, maybe this guy's even like off the scene. I don't even need this extra actor actually here. I could probably get rid of that other actor. But what I want to do here is I'm going to have you be right behind her, okay? Right behind her, and you're going to be doing the vampire bite animation. See, there we go. Vampire bite animation. And we can just move you like that to bite you, I guess. And then you are going to be doing the bitten animation. Oh gosh, I've been bitten. What am I going to do? And that just... I don't know how that... Oh, okay, I see. So it looks to me like you're going to have to be turning this other direction. All right, so maybe we have the bite animation, and then we have the bitten animation. Okay, that's the scene, all right? She's getting bitten by Frederick, okay? Because he's actually a vampire. All right, final set then. We just have this. Now we can direct this scene. Last one here. And again, this doesn't really matter, so I'm just kind of trying to move through it a little bit here. But, okay, so third scene, right? And I've got Frederick now and our new vampire mistress here. They are both in vampire clothing, okay? And so now we're going to have a scene where these guys are like, hey, by the way, you know, this is the truth now, buddy. Get on board, all right? Come and join us, all right? And so now they're like this now. And clearly, you know, our buddy here, which I can't see his name when I click on him. I like to see his name. But I think he would be fairly afraid here, I think. I think he would be like, oh, no, I can't believe this. Or maybe he's upset. Maybe he's angry about something. Maybe he's even going to yell and be like, you got to be kidding me, man, this whole time? And then, you know, they have like a, I don't know, we could just do like a separate idol for these guys. Okay, so that's that scene, all right? And then the camera movement for this could just be here, because again, it doesn't matter. Okay, final thing is the stun scene. And then we can take Vampire Treasure, we can direct this, of course. Now, with this, scene movements and stuff are kind of already done. So all you can really do here is the camera movements, because this is a sword fight, apparently. And then I guess she's gonna, whoever's this actress is going to lose the sword fight. And so I can remove her, let's say, and put, let's put Heath in the winning spot, because that's what we need, right? We'll have Heath in the winning spot. At least I hope he is. Oh yeah, Heath's in the winning spot, good. And then for costumes, right? Heath, we're gonna change your costume, and you're still in your lab coat. And then our other actor here is going to be in his vampire outfit, of course. Practical effects, gotta have fog, gotta have rain. Oh, it can only do one or the other. That's a shame. There's no practical reason why fog can't exist at the same time as rain. But for the sake of this drama, I think this calls for fog. So we have some fog in there. All right, Vampire's doing his weird vampire thing where he's just, you know, kind of want to move them to somewhere else where the chair's not in the way, but that's okay. All right, so there's our scene. All right, that's it. That's the movie. All right, so everything is set. The actors are set. The script and writing and all that stuff is set. We have our investment for $50,000, and let's go ahead and choose the product. Now, while I've been doing all of that, the time has been running. So you can also pause the game while you create these types of things. Let's speed time up really quick. And the bloody disaster is getting written now, so that's good. And now they're gonna go over and shoot it. So there we go. So our scenes are being shot. Now the director is brought in from off. So the director is not part of our studio, if you will. We sort of work with him as that third party, and he comes onto the set to shoot a movie, but he doesn't stick around necessarily the whole time like our permanent staff and stuff do. If we had multiple movies going at once, we could then be doing multiple scenes at once, and yeah, so you can see as we shoot the different scenes, the progress for the whole film, it changes and goes up. Now you're gonna notice these icons above their head, and these icons are their needs, okay? And if we don't meet their needs, then they can get cranky, and their happiness will directly affect their performance. So if they're not very happy, they're not gonna perform very well. We can change these by giving them a proper schedule, which I totally forgot to do because I was so interested in set design. So scheduling is here. Right now it just says anything. We can give them dedicated eat times, we can give them dedicated work times, and of course we need to give them a way to leave the set. So I'm going to start by giving you a leave, and you'll come in at 6 a.m. I'm going to be generous. We'll go 7 to make it generous. No, I think we'll start with just a meal. That's probably fine. Start with eat time. Everybody come in, get some food so you're not hungry. Start with any leisure stuff, hang out with each other for a little bit, but then you're going to have a dedicated 4-hour span of work, right? You're going to follow that up with some catering, a little bit of leisure time if you'd like to, followed by 4 additional hours of work, all right? And actually, because we really got to make sure everybody's on the ball here, I'm going to have a 5-hour stint there. And then after that, you can have a leisure and then leave, all right? So that, just to keep your mood up, right? So at the moment now, everybody is supposed to be working right now, because that's the schedule. Everybody's supposed to be working. And I think I need 1 extra staff member maybe to work in this catering area here. So let me just get 1 more staff member. Easily stressed. If I can avoid that, I'd like to. Even though this person's a perfectionist. Perfectionists, I find, often are very stressed. We'll hire another staff member too. Okay. There we go. And then there's that. All right, so everybody's like tired. We want to go home. They'll go home on the bus. Off they go. So that's the start of our movie empire. You see our finances are going to get drained pretty fast here because I spent too much on my sets. I shouldn't have done this big set for the stunts right away, but it is what it is. Now, over time, after we release this movie, if it does really well, which it won't, because critics are very hard on small studios, especially people with no names, nobodies and stuff. It's very easy. There we go. It's much easier. Do I have to like designate this as a toilet? Because nobody's using it. No, it's totally labeled as a toilet. I'm not sure what the slider is for. What does the slider do? I don't know. Oh, it's just for the items. If there's multiple items. So people should be using it. Yeah, they totally are. They're going in there. They're not washing their hands, but they're totally using it. Gemina, right? But it's okay. I mean, if they don't eat, they don't go to the bathroom. That's not my problem. I provided those facilities. All right. So apparently we did 99% of the way on this scene. Now you're gonna see that as we look at the scenes for this movie that we're shooting, you can see that the percentages in here, and this is sort of a ranking on how well we did for these different scenes. Like, what's the rating on these? And we don't like these low ratings. So if we don't like the low ratings, we can tell them to reshoot that. And maybe it's, the actors and stuff, they weren't very happy during that. And, maybe they were all very hungry, etc. They shot that scene when at the lowest point of everything, right? So we can have them... they all have their food now. They should be able to go out and do it. Crash! Oh, do it again and do it right. Loud noise runs through the entire studio, disturbing the office silence. It's not clear if it's part of the filmmaking or if someone is attempting to destroy the entire studio. Following the angry shouts and screams, the source becomes obvious. An audience of staff members has gathered, and Gavin Frost is red, fuming with anger, shouting in every direction. The actors and staff taken by shock. The spotlight lies broken. Okay, so somebody broke a light. What is this, amateur hour? Where do you find all these people? I can't work like this. We're making art here. No matter what anyone says, Gavin is unable to hear anything, waving his finger in the air and shouting and spitting. Now, I can either take the director's side and tell them to retake the shots, or I can ignore him and go ahead with the current result. I mean, I want to reshoot because it doesn't look like it worked really well, so we're going to do that. Or at least somebody gets it. Okay, so we're going to reshoot some of these scenes, and we'll see how that works out. So they're going to finish this one, and they're going to go over, finish the stunt scene. I think the stunt scene is the one that didn't get done. because that wasn't me. It's just a coincidence that I told them to reshoot at the same time. But so a little bit better than that 48%. Because of the way our staff is, I don't think we're going to maybe be able to get much more than this. And so we're going to go ahead and say we want to finish filming. I'm going to hit this and we release it. The product gets released tomorrow. There's no editing. All right, this is 1920. We don't have nonlinear editing. So cutting up the film is happening as we shoot, and it's just done, okay? So here we go. Los Ricos Times, obviously, deliver us from this evil. All right, so I think that's a good thing for a vampire movie, for people to think that it's evil. Yeah, it's great. My eyes, my poor eyes. Fire the director. Obviously, everybody's going to be very harsh on a new studio, but we still gain some money from it, okay? So this costs us a lot to shoot because of the sets, but future movies won't necessarily cost us as much because we don't have to buy new stuff for them. We still have all the fixed stuff that's here. It's all still there. So we're going to have ticket sales and we'll end up selling some stuff for, the tickets. Let's go ahead and make a new movie. And we're going to say, hey, that one was such a success. So we're going to keep going with this. We don't have the ability to do prequels and sequels, I guess. Maybe that's a research thing. So we'll just have to do a completely different movie this time, I guess. Maybe if we get 2 writers, maybe that'll make a change. Maybe that'll change something for us. I don't know. Let's see. If we go and get another writer, preferably one that's not a loner. Although, I mean, all right, writers are kind of, I'm not gonna say this for about all writers, but all right. So the ones I've seen anyway, they're easily stressed. Yeah, perfectionist. Okay. Fine. Let's just hire this one. So this gives us 2 writers. Now that writer is going to need a new office. We're going to need to build an office for that writer because every writer needs their own office. So this writer's office will be, and again, you can custom design these if you'd like. I put a little extra space here, didn't I? I didn't realize the writer's office was, it shouldn't be. Did I actually just put extra space? Oh, well, I messed it up then. Okay, fine. Well, whatever. Writer's office will be right here, I guess. So they'll share a wall, okay? So there we go. No employee assigned. So we can go to our list of employees. Manage your employees. There it is. And we should have 2 writers now. Yes. And I think they should get automatically assigned to this, I thought. Switch to build mode to modify employee slots. Okay, so build mode. Whoops, I don't want to move the door. Build mode, yes. Put this guy here. That's fine. Okay, there we go. So now we have 2 writers, and they each have their own office. All right, everything is good. So they're gonna come on set now, and they're gonna be making us a new movie. Okay, so I went ahead and just kind of configured the movie and all the scenes and everything for this, but I've just noticed, of course, that we don't actually have enough money to start it because it's only 44 grand. So if I want to start this movie today, and I should want to do that, I'll need to take at least a small loan to get that going. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab like a small loan of $1 million. We'll grab like 65 grand here, and the monthly installments are high. We're going to go 36, it's fine, just to keep the monthly payments low. And yeah, it's just something like that is fine. It's enough to get us another film. Okay, so create the product, go. So they can at least have something to shoot today while the other one is still selling tickets, because we're gonna keep selling this, right? This is gonna keep going. And the screenplay is written. Now they can shoot the scenes. So I went ahead and this time I just basically told them to shoot on the scene, and I'm not worrying about their costumes. I'm not worrying about their blocking. I'm not worrying about any type of animations here at all. I'm just like letting it run to see how that works as far as how the game works. And I'm starting to think that I don't have enough work time here. I don't like how I don't have enough work time. So I'm gonna actually go like this and then tell them to get to work after eating right here. So I want an extra hour of working. So you guys will show up really early, all right? And then get to work for that extra hour in the day. Also, our action scene now is apparently just these 2 standing here. I thought they were sword fighting. They're just gonna stand here and in the rain. That's the scene, all right? And it looks like we're shooting. I don't even know if I they might not even be on camera right now, to be honest. I'm just going to see if there's a big difference in the ratings for the film if I don't govern it, because, again, I've been told anyway at the moment that stuff doesn't matter yet. So we're going to see how that works. So this film is done. Ratings are about the same, regardless of my directing at the moment. And this is The Blood Feud. So we'll go ahead and finish filming on that, and we'll release that tomorrow. And then let's take a look really quick at research, because we're actually gaining RP, research points, and that's the researcher that we hired. The more researchers you get, the faster you'll gain this. But you can get things like you can unlock new cameras, which I assume will improve visuals on your production. You can add new things like higher budget movies, unlock PG-13 ratings, rated Rs, NC-17s. You can unlock TV shows as a sort of a new medium for us to explore. We can get a stunt set so that our stunts can be better. Easy stunts, medium stunts, hard stunts. I'm sure that there are certain actors that are more likely to get hurt in things when they're doing those types of things. And as a result, you'd also want to hire medical staff and things like that. There are some rooms that are locked, and I think those rooms are, like the infirmaries, hospitals, etc., things like that. So if I was to go to hire employee, you can see that we get doctors. We have sound effects designers, visual effects designers, stuntmen, like specifically hiring stuntmen for things, which is kind of cool. So instead of having our regular actors do the stunts, we could get a stunt person to come in and do it for us. That's good. There's teachers to educate our people more. So if you want people to become better actors, better at their job, that's cool. We want marketers and stuff too. But a lot of these features are simply not available in this version of the game. And so, it's gonna have to be something that we just sort of wait on. Bored us to death. Very good. I bored them to death. You guys hear that? They were very bored. All right, but look, this movie, right? We have a profit of 50,000 now, so that's good, right? And we only lost a little bit of money on the blood food, so it's really cheap movies, but we're making money, and that's the important thing for this. Now, at the moment, this is kind of what we're limited to, but I would like to maybe explore a new genre of movie if possible. And I think I'm just going to go one more, and we're going to add a bunch of sets here. So I'm going to say we have our Star Trek stunt set, which is not really Star Trek. It's just like, it's what I named it. So this is our stunt set. It's going to be over here, okay, for aliens, because aliens are going to come to our vampire movies, I guess. We're also going to do the stunt facility, and I think that the stunt facility is going to be maybe over in the corner of the lot over here. So they'll train and do stunts, train for stunts, and then they go and act them out on the set for that. And then we'll have another, let's do the medium set for this. We'll have this be right here. Right, so we have a couple of different sets for a couple of different genres of movies, okay? And we'll look at those later. Next movie, let's go. I'm just going to configure another one, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got one last movie done here. This is The Fancy Legend. We just finished it up, and it's got okay ratings. It's enough for us to make money on it, so we're going to release it, because that's what small studios do. If it's enough to make money, we're going to release it. Now, I got 72 grand, and that is enough to, I think, start another movie right after we finish this one. So it's pretty good. We've made 63,000 on this one, 41,000 on this one. And we're still selling some tickets here. It sells tickets for a little while longer. If we take a look at research, we're at 130 RP. And what I'd like to do is go into genres and themes. And now that I've got those other alien sets, I can now make alien movies if I want to as well. So I could do that. There's also mysteries. We could do westerns, facilities and employees. We could start getting maybe a visual designer's office and maybe get some audio design going. Stunt facilities. I already bought that, so that's interesting that I shouldn't have been able to buy that, I don't think. But actually a marketing office might be a really good thing for us to make some more money. So maybe I get a marketing office instead. I was going to do aliens. But now I want to see whether or not maybe if people are not necessarily getting bored, right, of the vampire genre, perhaps we can capitalize on this by getting a marketing office going. Marketing people know exactly how to sell our movies, all right? That's how we're going to do this. Marketing office could be back over like this. And we just hire a marketing person. Hi, laid back person. Perfect. There you go. So that person will start tomorrow to start marketing our movies. In the meantime, we should really consider making another low budget movie. I'm just going to crank out the exact same thing over and over again, because that seems to be the case. With an action movie, I go max conflict, suspense, atmosphere, story is not that important, dialogue is not as important, lore is not important at all, intimacy is not really all that big of a deal, maybe a little bit here. I mean, action movies, you guys got the hero gets the girl, right? So you gotta have a little bit there, I guess. But atmosphere, just crank these things up to 10, okay? And then I'm just gonna have the same 3 actors. Now, they've been in many movies, but they're not rating that well, and so they're still considered nobodies, all right, at the moment. Let me just choose my sets. I'm not going to bother directing them until we get to the action scene, and then from there, I just want to govern where the camera's pointing, and then that's it. All right, so that's it. $50,000 again for this movie. Go. And then they can start writing it and getting it going right now. We don't have to wait till the next day. We can start shooting the scenes, right now. And what I'd like to see is whether or not the marketer actually has an impact on sales, right? Because it should. That's the idea behind it, is if you market the movies more, you should have a bigger impact on sales. So I want to see if that actually works. So yeah, we're breaking even, making good profits here actually. So we're good. I could probably pay off my loans, but why do that? Why do that? Yeah, just making my last vampire movie here, and I just noticed the title. It's The Vengeful School Bus. So that's funny. I didn't bother to, reshoot anything, so it seems like it's fine. We're just gonna release it tomorrow, and I want to go ahead and check my research. We're at 93 RP. I'm really hoping that, maybe with a little bit of time here, I've got 2 researchers now. I went ahead and grabbed an extra researcher so I can get stuff faster. We now have another 100 RP, and I'm gonna go into alien movies. All right, so now we can go into the alien genre. Ooh, maybe people haven't seen that very much. Maybe they'll receive it well. How about we take a look and see what we can do with that? So low budget movie. We're gonna make this an alien romance movie. And PG, yes, alien romance PG. That sounds great. Okay. For this, we really want to dig into I think a little bit of lore would be okay here. Maybe not a lot. Yeah, maybe not a lot. We want a lot of dialogue, all right? Good story. Atmosphere is okay. Conflict, you gotta have, every good romance story has some conflict, right? We don't really need a whole lot of suspense. We definitely don't need any gore. We're gonna crank the intimacy up to 10. And then actors, this is just gonna be for Frederick. These guys have had some tension on the scene, on the sets. So there we go. And actually, we need the other guy, quote unquote. We need the other guy. So that's what Heath is gonna be. Okay. He's got that mustache. All right. Now we're gonna do on the Trek scene, Trek and Trek. Right. And so it's the same set for all 3 scenes because we're not doing any stunts with the romance movie. All right. Basically. And they're all kind of situated over here. I could move them somewhere else. Maybe she's talking to these guys over like this. And then you've just got Heath sitting way over in the corner just going, I'm going to get that guy. All right, so we're going to do something like that. And maybe Heath is wearing, I don't know, a maintenance costume. Maybe he's the maintenance man and he's really jealous, right? And then our hero here, he's wearing a stuntman outfit because that makes sense. And then maybe she is actually secretly, she's a doctor. And so not secretly because she's wearing the outfit. So there you go. And then for some reason, there's an alien in the scene. I have no idea. And that'll be that. Okay, we're not going to bother with anything else there. Create the product. And writers get to work. You can see that they write it in like an hour. That's good. They just write the whole movie in an hour. It's fantastic. So we'll get that going, see how that goes. I really don't know if it's possible to tell, or if it's easy to tell whether or not Vengeful School Bus is already profitable. That's good. Yeah, we're getting some sales from these, but it's pretty much over. And I think these will go away after the maximum amount of time. I think they go away, so you stop tracking them. I don't exactly know. I think when the hype dies down to nothing, right? but like I don't know how to do marketing. So maybe I should look into that. Maybe I'm supposed to do something with marketing. There's one last thing I wanted to show you, and I was kind of hoping one of my actors would get upgraded in order to show this, but I'm gonna go ahead and click City View. So this is the city. We have Veneta Beach. We've got Grid Row. What is it called? Green Springs, Downtown LR. This is Filmwood, right? And then we also have the big place up here in Pinnacle Hills. Okay. And obviously you have really wealthy areas, not so wealthy areas, Grid Row. There's star ratings, right? And so what's going to happen here is as your people level up in fame, you're going to want to sponsor housing for them to stay in this area. And so you can have them living with certain accommodations. They're going to start having demands, basically. Your crew, your actors, your directors, producers, etc. They're going to start having demands of you as they become more famous, because they'll have, you know, this idea that matters to me as a studio. And so I'll start putting them up in housing. Now, why they don't have enough money to buy their own damn house, I don't know. I don't particularly like the idea of requiring, me as a studio to provide them with housing. But that said, it does actually happen. It's just not something that's going to happen. Like, I'm not going to buy somebody a mansion and just pay for that mansion for them, right? That's something that they take care of on their own because they get fed. I want to know also why people aren't getting fed. I wonder if I'm supposed to do something, because they keep complaining about not having food, and I have catering set up as far as I'm aware, so maybe it's just not working as well as it could, or something. We definitely have staff that work here as far as I know. Let's actually double check that. Maybe I don't. No, I have somebody that works here. Absolutely. So, I mean, and then we have a maintenance person as well. No. No employee slots available. Oh, I have two staff. I was curious if maybe that doesn't matter, having two staff. I was hoping maybe we'd have happiness go up here, but maybe it's just like one of those end of the day things, you know? Yeah, so the other movie's gone away now, and now it's just the Blood Feud. And so we had the Unstoppable book. Yeah, as opposed to the Notebook. Now it's the Unstoppable book, because it's an alien movie. All right, so these are okay scenes. I'm not sure we could get it any better, but maybe we'll get some inspiration if we reshoot that one. So we have time to reshoot one scene today. Maybe we'll get some inspiration on reshoot. And, after they get some food at catering and stuff, they'll be able to come back and finish it out and be even better. 58%. Very good. And so maybe I could try reshooting this one, but then I won't be able to release it tomorrow. I'd really like to release it tomorrow. So the Unstoppable book is done now. And there you go. So, this is obviously a very quick look at the early versions of this game. We're going to have the awards ceremony now, and then this demo is actually done after the first year. I can't play beyond December, so this demo actually ends now. We have a ceremony we can attend for our Filmwood Awards. Can't imagine we won that many awards, but who knows, you know? Let's take a look and see what it is. Welcome to the awards ceremony. Yes. Thank you. Best director here are the nominees. I don't recognize any of these. Locomotion Films. There you go. I don't think that's us, is it? I don't remember what our film studio is even called. Mastermind Studios. Yeah, a big winner is. I mean, this is kind of interesting. Definitely need more diversity in their outfits. It's a little bit weird seeing everybody dressed in exactly the same thing. So I certainly hope that the developers take a look at maybe not having this happen and giving us like a lot more diversity in what people look like, because not everybody can be the same. But that said, I mean, this is mostly just fluff and it doesn't really matter as much. I can go ahead and cancel out of it. It won't affect the earned rewards. So if I hit yes and cancel out of this, with the awards being done, maybe we have some famous people now. I'd kind of like to see if anybody's fame went up from this. Still a nobody. Yeah, we're still nobodies. We didn't win anything, but it's okay. Anyway, that is the demo. sounds like we made money on that film, but that's the demo. It says, we hope you've enjoyed the game so far. This is just a taste of what's to come. So you can check it out. Link in the description down below. This is, I think it has a lot of potential. I think this is a fun game so far that could have a lot of potential. There's not much to it right now, but I'm hoping that a lot more is to come. Okay, so thank you for joining me for it. I appreciate it. I'm going to take a look at a couple other demos this week, and we'll just see what they're like. Okay, take care. We'll see you. Bye-bye.